it's Julia and welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a video talking about all the books that I read in the month of December and my thoughts on them and all that sort of stuff. So my December wrap up, let's get into it. First up here I have A Brilliant Madness by Robert M. Drake, and this is a poetry collection that's full of poems and stuff, you know, and pictures and stuff. It's nice. It was good. It was like, it wasn't great, but it was good. Not my favorite by this author, but it was still alright, and I gave it 3.25 out of 5. Let's talk about this gem, which is One Jack by Joseph Boyden. This is about a young Ojibwa boy who is in a residential school, and it's about him escaping from there and all the things that happen there. And it's so short, but it's just so lovely. Well, not lovely, that's not the right word, but it was just very good, and it was really impactful, like it really gets right into this kind of stuff, and it was really emotional, and the writing was really great, and I love the way it was told, how like all these little things on the cover, so like the rabbit or whatever, they were like things in like the forest when he was escaping that would kind of like tell what he was doing from like their kind of point of view, if that makes sense. But this is like, this was just so good, guys. I gave it 4 stars, and I'd recommend picking it up if you haven't already. So I read 4 poetry collections by the same author, and that is Lang Leave. I read all 4 that the author has out at the moment. So I read Memories, The Universe of Us, Love and Misadventure, and my personal favorite out of them, Lullabies. Good. They were all in kind of like the 3 to 4 star middle range. They were all kind of around that for me. Lullabies, I think I gave like a 3.75 because it was really enjoyable. But these, if you're looking for some modern poetry, I'd recommend picking up Lullabies for sure. And these were just a delight to read. And I was like, I just need poetry in my life. So when I see modern poetry in the store, I just get it. Which I'm trying not to do anymore because I don't want to spend too much money on like things that take me half an hour to read, and they're like 20 bucks. So anyways, not the point. These are definitely worth the read if you're into poetry. Not all of them though, especially if you read all of them together, because some of them, they're like repeats in other collections. Like you'll recognize some of them from the other collections, which is weird. I don't like when that happens, but yes, these were lovely. Next up here I have another poetry collection, and that is Black Butterfly by Robert M. Drake. This was better than the other collection that I read from the author this month, but this is just the same usual poetry thing, pictures, poetry, you know. This was good. I actually really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite collections so far by Robert M. Drake, so yes, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, so yeah. I read Blue Exorcist Volume 16, which I was super excited about because it came out in December, and I've been waiting for this for so long. Not that long, but I've just been waiting for it because I'm caught up with the series, and I was waiting for this volume to release in Canada, and it finally came out. And it was really good, guys. I really enjoyed it. I love some of the character development and just seeing everybody, and I like where the plot is going. So I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. So definitely, if you haven't read this series yet, you definitely should. It's about a guy named Rin, who is the son of Satan, and he goes to a school to become an exorcist. It's really good, guys, really good. Next up here, I read the one that I was like my top priority this month. And a lot of the books that I put on my TBR, I didn't get around to this month, which I was kind of upset about. Like I was upset about before, but like it's okay. But I read this, which I'm happy about. This is Nosferatu by Joe Hill. I think I'm still going to do a review on it, so look out for that. Or if you're still interested, let me know. But this is about Vic, or the brat, and we follow her when she's a young kid to start off, and she basically goes on her bike. She escapes her dysfunctional family. She goes on her bike, goes for like a ride, and this bridge just kind of like appears, and when she goes like across it, she goes to this like different world kind of thing. But that's Christmas land, and then there's like the villain in this, and like she's the only one that escapes Charles Max. I don't no idea how to say that, but she's the one who is only child who escapes him, so we follow her when she's like growing up and like all this stuff. And it was really good, guys. I really liked it. I found that even though this was really long and I felt like not much was happening at points, like I wasn't bored. Like I was like, the writing is very similar to King's, which I don't want to compare father to son, but if you're a King fan, you will like Joe Hill, especially like at least you'll like this one. I'm pretty certain you'll enjoy Nosferatu if you enjoy most of King's works, but this was just like, I felt like I was reading it. I wasn't bored. Like it was long. Like it doesn't look that long, but it was really long, and it was just like, it took me forever to read, but it was like, I wasn't mad about it. Like I was enjoying my time reading it. I thought it was really interesting. I kind of like dragging it out for a longer period of time. Yeah, I read this. I gave it 3.75 out of 5 stars. Next up here I have Ariel by Sylvia Plath, and this is another poetry collection because I'm me. So Sylvia Plath, her life just fascinates me. That sounds really bad. Sylvia Plath, I'm just very interested in learning more about her. If you don't know, she wrote The Bell Jar, which I have and I want to read, but she also wrote this collection of poetry, and these all got published after she died. She committed suicide, and in this book I could feel the darkness. Like you could just feel it. Like it gave me goosebumps at times because of how dark this was. And you guys know I love my dark books and my dark topics, so this was good for me to like. I liked reading this. It's just really sad, and I've never gotten like goosebumps from like a poetry collection, which was amazing. And definitely my favorite in this whole thing was Lady Lazarus. So definitely if you're gonna read a poem, read that one. So I gave this 4 stars, or like 3.75 I think, for the whole collection. So yeah. What Light by J. Asher. This I buddy read with Jill from Midnight Reads, who's such a dear. I'll have her channel linked down below. Basically this is like a very light Christmassy romance, and it's about this girl who, like, her family owns a Christmas tree farm, so she goes there every Christmas season, and all the people that work there, there's boys, there's things that go on, all this sort of stuff, and it was really enjoyable to read. I love the dude in this, who I don't even remember his name. Caleb. Right? Yeah, Caleb. He was such a dear. This was just like a nice fluffy romance. I like J. Asher's writing. I wish this was longer though, because it just ended too soon. And this was just delightful to read. Not my favorite contemporary out there, but I still did enjoy my time reading this one, and I think I give it around like a 3.5 to a 3.75. So yeah. Let me know down below if you've read these books, or if you would like to read these books and all that sort of stuff, and how your December month went. And yeah, I'll see y'all very soon with a new video. Bye!